Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and Tangents. Of the people, for the people, by people, who care about the culture and all its concise commentary.
That little echo. Run it back.
Hey, you out there. You want some culturally concise commentary? You want some co-hosts who actually
Oh,
are
you
authentic
thought.
and real? You
It's
can
actually a
tell
different one.
that they actually have some type of chemistry going on. You hate cloud chasing? I actually got something in mind for you.
What's that?
Keep listening. You'll find out.
This is Touchdowns and Tangents, your weekly spot for NFL takes, culturally concise, tangent, and context for the culture.
Thank you. You're far too kind. We love you too.
Yeah, man. Is that all the caffeine you needed right there?
No, I still need way more caffeine. I'm physically exhausted. I'm surprised I'm still conscious right now.
What's good, everyone?
And I'm on spring break.
It's damn near 1 a.m. We're live for, well, actually, technically not live, and it's actually not really Thursday because this is...
It's 12:11. It's technically Thursday.
A specially pre-recorded episode of Touchdowns and Tangents.
I gotta see if my direct deposit hit.
Live on the Good News radio station, app, website, platforms, on speaker. And shout out to all the replay affiliates, including FBC Radio, X Squad affiliates. Shout out to X Squad Radio, xsquadradio.com. And yeah, your favorite podcast app soon to be. But yeah,
Spotify, Apple. We're all over the place.
Starting this late night on our new drop, our new promotional material. But yeah, man, we just wanted to start to release that to the world because it's been brewing for a minute.
Shout out to our connects. Yep. I just got that direct deposit.
I told you guys we're about to get better. We just keep getting better. But yeah, man, Touchdowns and Tangents, your spot for NFL takes, tangents, culturally concise commentary. The ad said it better. Whatever you want.
We podcast like journalists.
Oh my god.
What would journalist podcast like? At least a non-white one's not connected to a dude who might get NPR sunk. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No police investigations here.
No ghostwriters here.
Nope. No clout chasing here. We don't do that. It's gross and inhumane. And we can never look our family members in the face if we did.
Yep.
So there's that. Shout out to my mom.
All right, man. So without further ado, it's week 2 of free agency. Week 2 of the new year. How do you want to start the open forum?
I mean, I would have done a Duppy freestyle, but I needed that one for myself. But
Because you can't breathe?
that's not funny. You're a piece of... We're not going to curse this episode.
Because your arteries look like manteca?
Wow. Why did you just culturally insult me? Wow. No, damn well you probably got like a gallstone the size of gumbo. The potato in gumbo.
Did you really just try to do what I did but reverse it?
Yeah.
Is that how low your creativity is tonight?
No, that's how low my
on a
energy
Wednesday?
is. I'm tired. Like, you have a good joke, and I was like, I could match that. No, I don't have the energy to match that. It's rare when Pete gets one over on me, but when he does, you know what? I'm gonna give him his due.
Yep, just like
don't get cute.
Don't
come with another one. Don't come with a second one because I will counterpunch.
I was gonna say because the world's giving you more than your fair share of Crisco.
That wasn't good. Really more than you need to do. But he's don't celebrate your birthday. That was terrible.
All right, man. But yeah, free agency. A lot more developments this week. A lot more tier 2 guys moving.
Can we just jump straight to it now that I've done all my sighing and I'm just disappointed?
Yeah, man.
Like a father watching his son swing and miss at T-ball and cry. And then the girl he likes is actually swinging after him.
What do you think is the biggest signing this week? What do you think is the most impactful?
Burfict.
The one you've been thirst trapping on Instagram and
Not
Twitter
thirst trapping. I just want to say, like, now that he's a Raider, there ain't no conflict of interest, bro. You got to come out and say something.
What is there to say, man?
No. I don't want to hear that from you or
what is there to say?
By the way, when you're listening to this live tomorrow on Good News, or later today, like 12 hours from now, whatever, I don't know. When I get tired, my math fails. But when you are listening to this, I want you to tweet at Pete Certified, or get at him on, no, not on Facebook. He's not really on Facebook. But tweet at him at Certified, or get him on Instagram, or just blow up the comment section with, yeah, Pete, you got to finally talk about how you really feel about Vontze Burfict now that he's a Raider, and he's probably going to wear 52. Or maybe 55. I don't know. And he's a starting middle linebacker for the Raiders, and he ran a 4.9 coming out of Arizona State. And he didn't get drafted. People like to forget that. And he's like 3 concussions away.
Can we just talk about how dude didn't run a 4.9 before he got to Arizona? What is in the water at Arizona State?
What was in the water back then?
I don't know, but
because they got guys who can fly.
All I know is they took a lot of kids from my area who were actually fast and agile and athletic
and ruined them
and made them like overly bulky and strong and not flexible and like took away a lot of their speed.
Carl Crawford,
Brandon McGee,
number 8. Yep.
Like there's washouts. Even like those guys made it to the league, but like there's a lot of washouts that didn't even make it. The Corona to ASU pipeline was real for a minute.
Michael Ebanks.
Ebanks, yeah, but even before him, man, Ryan Bass,
yep,
DeAndre Lewis, like they took a lot of cats and like pushed them out the league. I don't know, maybe it's the party. I don't know what it is there.
Well, it's a better coaching staff there now with Herm Edwards. Kudos to him.
I think ultimately though,
and Antonio Pierce.
My whole thing with Burfict is, I mean, I get it. I understand. Like Gunther wants someone who knows his scheme. Pretty much. They seem to be buddy, so that makes sense. Raiders had a gaping hole at linebacker because Kabita ain't the answer. Markel Lee ain't the answer.
Tahir Whitehead isn't the answer.
So, like, who else are you going to sign? You weren't going to sign Preston Smith, who's, like, not Preston Smith, Preston Brown?
Zach Brown. Who snubbed the Raiders before.
Exactly. He snuffed the Raiders like twice.
They lowballed him.
He snuffed the Raiders like twice.
They lowballed him though. It's different now. He played his way out of Washington.
He's not going to come.
He could, but he would be.
You already missed out.
He'd be an outside linebacker.
You already missed out on KJ Wright. You already missed out on Denzel Perryman. I'm pretty sure they weren't trying to pay C.J. Mosley or Anthony Barr money. So
I already told you, C.J. Mosley is the perfect New York Jets middle linebacker. He's David Harris 2.0, but not as fast because David Harris ran like a 4.5.
My point is, I get it. It makes sense. It makes a ton of sense.
George Ioka too, allegedly.
It makes a ton of sense between the need, between the fit. Now,
and
as far as how I personally feel about it, I just think like there's a reason why
he smiled when he said that.
There's a reason why Burfict is like where he is. Like
Camarillo isn't perfect.
Like a lot of people talk about like being able to like turn that switch on and off, and I don't know, maybe he's matured a lot like since then, you know, being in the league and, you know, being a father and all that stuff. But what I can say is like his reputation goes back to Pop Warner football. Like the things you're seeing,
he tried to break Matt Barkley's
The
ankle.
things you're seeing him do in the NFL are things he's always done. Like literally, I've heard stories about him and Pop Warner and JV and Frostoff. Like that's just who he is. Like he, especially when he was like really, really a dog and like really, really like leaps and bounds, bigger, faster, stronger and just a better overall football mind than everyone. Like,
It's like his junior year.
yeah, like I remember,
That was scary times.
we were literally watching film on him, and like he would literally find any instance to take his helmet off. Like he would come out of a scuffle and make it look like his helmet naturally comes up, because you're not supposed to take your helmet off in high school football. It's a flag if you're on the field.
It might be an ejection too.
Yeah, but he would like make it look like it came off in the tussle, but really he just like undid his chin strap slickly and like pushed it off and like did a whole Ray Lewis dance and spectacle, and like realistically, like nobody was gonna tell him shit. Like I'm pretty sure there was referees and assistant coaches who didn't want to smoke with Vontze Burfict back then when he was 16 and 17 years old. Like for real, like he looks like, I'm not saying he's small or like not fit, but he looks like way less intimidating than he did back then. Like he would look like a grown ass 22-year-old man when he was 16.
I believe that.
Like full on dead ass. Like, but outside of that, man, I mean,
I still think Wu's holding back on some of his trauma.
oh no, Wu definitely has some trauma. Wu played more. Wu started that year, so like he played more. Like I barely played like a handful of snaps versus him and got my ass kicked, and that was enough for me. Like, but Wu played that whole game and like,
oh god,
pretty much just got his whole shoulder destroyed, and like it was bad. That game was a lot. That game was a lot, bro. That game was a lot.
Some people actually. Oh, okay, I'll get to that one later, but no, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for in terms of like fit, I get it. The biggest question I have in terms of the actual move, it's not the 15-yard penalties people are talking about. It's not like any of that stuff, because that's just kind of nature of the territory where the Raiders are. And I think the bigger issue is like, how is that dynamic with Antonio Brown going to play out? Because as much as
he was tweeting out saying it's all good.
Yeah. Because as much as they talk about like, oh, it's all good now, we're on the same team, silver and black.
They probably both hate the Steelers now, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when there's smoke, there's fire. Right? So it's like, yeah, you could say it's all good. It wasn't personal. It was.
But when camp
it was the
comes
time.
Around,
it was silver and black. But yeah, exactly. When
camp comes around.
When camp comes around, when stuff starts going on, like when you're supposed to be going 80%, and all of a sudden cats are going 90 and 100.
But for that defense, they probably need that kind of an asshole. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they're a soft defense.
They definitely do.
Like, they're young on the inside, which they signed Hankins 2 years, $8 million, which is why I don't think they really need to reach for a D tackle in the first round.
They don't, but the
they
problem
need an edge
is,
rusher. They have two defensive ends.
The problem is if it doesn't become a reach at defensive tackle and it becomes more of a value. Like, let's say Quentin Williams falls to them at 4. Can you realistically pass him up?
For Devin White, yeah.
Let's say if they trade back
and Ed
Oliver falls to them at like 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever.
I'm taking Montez.
Do you pass?
Anything after 5, if Devin White is on the board after 5, I'm taking.
But even
I would take Devin White at 4.
Even Devin White. Then what are they going to do with Burfict? Play Matt Sam?
I would play White on the outside.
You're going to cut Whitehead and play Burfict at will?
Whichever works.
You're like, yeah. Whitehead gets to get cut. No one's going to cry.
Devin White ran a faster 40 time than Garyon Conley. Do I need to stress that? Conley ran a 4.44. That's nothing to sneeze at. Devin White ran a 4.42.
Yeah.
With a 39.5-inch vertical. It was good on bench. And yeah, people are saying his play style is kind of unorthodox. But you know what? LSU linebackers usually turn out to be really good. And he's probably the most athletic they've ever had. I don't see how you don't. Sorry to cut you off. I don't see how you don't take a guy like that in this modern NFL when no linebacker, nobody on your team can. Like, let's just look at the AFC West and how it's built like a track meet. You're the slowest team in that division.
That's my biggest thing about what you're saying. And that's kind of